come to both of you. And Dean, Bud could have just doubled down and said, no, this is what we're doing. We're trying to reach this next generation now. They seem to have gotten hit kind of both ways here.
Absolutely. Well, the purpose of a brand is to unite people and bring them together as a sense of community. Instead, we have a branding crisis that's created a rainbow of hell for itself. So you have to ask what assumptions were being made, because assumption is the almighty mother of mistakes. And clearly a major mistake has been here. Not being pro-LGBTQ by a long shot, not at all. But there's assumptions that's been made, mistakes have been made in the planning and the research and direction of what they've done here. That's been a calamity for the brand in terms of the success that it has not had. So we have a stock that's dropped. We've had a market share that's going to decline potentially, and revenues that can tank. So it's a real crisis. So instead of denying, delaying, deflecting, and defending the situation, this is really about the best defense is an offense. And what else, what other bags in the, what other tricks in the bag do they have? Because my concern here is, was this the only campaign you were launching for the summer? I mean, isn't there somebody in the room with the millions of dollars you spend on marketing, advertising, and research that might have put their hand up saying, this is bold, this is ambitious, but we might actually alienate some of our other core customers. So it's knowing your customer, knowing your brand, and getting it right, and not taking crazy risks.
Tony, react to what Dean said there and take us inside the room where you've been, where these kinds of marketing calls are made in terms of who we're going to hire as an endorser of our precious products at Anheuser, InBev.
Yeah, step number one, your brand, the name Bud Light, that's the image of what you're selling. The minute you put a face, anybody's face, on the can, you're now taking away from what you've been building now for 40 years, because people see themselves in the brand. In other words, I drink Bud Light because I like what it says about itself. I like the product itself from taste profiles, etc. But the minute you put a face on there, that's a whole different image. It has nothing to do with the authenticity of what the brand's all about. The second part is a lot of new marketers forget that, let's take Bud Light, 70% of Bud Light's volume is probably someone 35 plus. It's baby boomers like myself who grew up with the brand. They continue to drink the brand. And as they focus on this small new entry-level drinker, if the older consumer thinks, well, you're not talking to me anymore and you're just focusing the small target, they'll go away. And once a beer brand particularly starts to lose its customer base, it never comes back. There's never been a brand, to my knowledge, in the history of beer, that once it declines, that it actually returns back to its normal state.